everybody. Lucy Looker here, reporter for the Foreave Stars International. And I have a wonderful guest with me today. Yes, she's from the US bands, including Cooperative, and her life is amazing. She's going to tell you all about herself. She's got a book, and anyway, let me introduce you to Jackie. Shit, this thing fell on my lap.
Sorry. Hey, let's do that one. It's okay.
I'll just keep going.
Okay. That was good.
It's Ruka. It's pronounced Ruka.
Yeah.
I know, really.
Oh, no, that's the Lucy Looker Unchained.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're just swearing. That's going to be all on TV. I said shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I said it again. Oh, my God. This is going to be a blooper on it. A Lucy Looker Unchained. It's going to get better and better.
Okay, so calm
Okay,
down.
Tish.
All right, you don't
Lucy
have to
Looker
do that
Unchained is
intro
on
again.
very late at night.
Just say, okay, so...
What do you mean you just say? Would you shush? You're my cameraman. What is this?
You could do this.
Lucy knows what to say. Okay, hello everybody. Once again, it's Lucy Looker, and I have a wonderful guest. Have you got your drinks and your hors d'oeuvres? They may not be alcoholic, but let's get on with the wonderful show this month. And I'm looking forward to speaking to Jackie Ruka.
Yes.
Did I say your name correctly?
Yes, you did, yeah.
Jackie Ruka, and she's an author. So Jackie,
yes.
Give me your hand, darling. It's lovely that you made it, because she's a very, very busy lady. Aren't we all in 2014? Oh, my gosh. So, Jackie, I know your book's coming out June 23rd. You actually have a day?
24th.
Oh, June. Oh, that's
Tuesday
nice.
the 24th, yeah.
Yeah, and 2014. So
yeah, right after solstice.
Well, I know, and I want to hear all about you, Jackie.
Okay.
I know that you said you've been in Santa Barbara for 3 years.
Yeah, not long.
Tell us all about yourself, where you were born, your family.
Oh, gosh.
Jackie Ruka, everybody, author.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. I'm a right brain girl who was born in a left brain world. What can I say?
Wow.
I grew up in New York. I come from a family of a mom who's very creative and a dad who was a banker. So that's where the whole, right brain, left brain, the dinner table, there was a lot of, interesting conversations. And I'm an artist, I'm a painter. So a lot of my passion started very young as a painter, and I just was thrown into art classes. And I actually became an entrepreneur really early in life because my mom is an entrepreneur. So I started painting sweatshirts when I was around 16, and I had a summer that I had nothing to do. I couldn't find a job that summer, and my mom refused to let me, be at home doing nothing or just going to the beach, because I grew up at the Jersey Shore when we moved from New York, and I started doing what I liked to do anyway, painting, but my dad went into New York every day for work.
Wow.
And he came home one day with a huge stack of sweatshirts that he bought wholesale on Christopher Street and down in Manhattan. And I just went to town and just started painting every single day. I was just painting on these sweatshirts, and I didn't know what I was going to do with these sweatshirts. I just put them back in the bag. And, as teenagers do, I would sleep every morning till, noon. And
they shouldn't start school so early for children. I've always thought that. I mean, teenagers sleep till noon. Why not start school afternoon?
It doesn't work well with our hormones, as they're changing. So one morning my mom, came rushing into my room on a Saturday morning. I was sound asleep, and she threw all this money on my bed. And I woke up and there's all this money on my bed. I'm like, what is this? She goes, well, while you were sleeping, I took all your sweatshirts to the hair salon, and they fell in love with your sweatshirts, and I sold them for, $25 a pop, and I was, $300 richer that day. Wow. And I ended up getting more and more people requesting my artwork on sweatshirts. And then I was taking custom orders.
Oh, you're amazing, a young entrepreneur. So that reminds me what Janet, as you know, I'm Lucy Looker right now, but Janet used to sell tickets to her backyard, and I'm still doing it, my backyard festivals.
Oh, how fun.
I did. I used to sell tickets to the neighborhood and their parents, and they would all come and sit on benches and everything. And
Oh, funny.
I had different sections in the garden. There would be different things people could do. You know, bobbing with get the penny out. You know.
Oh,
all
I
these
remember.
different
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah.
And then there was a show. Then I had like a little stage and a curtains and everything. And there was a show. I did all that.
That is so fun.
When I was in England, so I was doing the same thing. Isn't
yes.
that funny? We're all entrepreneurs really by heart.
Yeah,
Out
and
there
we're
selling
using
tickets
our
for my show.
creative juices,
Exactly.
which is
So
really
tell me,
important.
what would I'm interested to know. This is exciting to me. What was the pictures you were drawing? I mean, what were they? Designs? I mean, people bought these things straight away.
You know what I just was doing? I just kind of, it looked like a watercolor on a sweatshirt, but it was very feminine. I mean, I had flowers and ocean and sailboats, and it was just everyday kind of beautiful things. But
How
I
did
just
it stay on the sweatshirt?
it's a special, it's a special
type of paint.
Yes,
I see.
Yeah, I mean, it would fade a little bit, but it basically
it was meant for
fabric.
garments.
Yeah, it's a fabric paint. Yeah.
Wow, that's so exciting.
Yeah,
You must have been thrilled. Well, your mum was probably thrilled. She's probably like,
well, my mom,
at long last she can start paying her rent.
Yeah, my mom. Well, my mom is, like I said, she was
she's
already entrepreneurial, and so that was her natural, instinct to do that. And obviously, my dad was encouraging this because he bought the sweatshirts. And
that's amazing.
Yeah, so I mean, at 16 or at an early age, I was already creating, but I wasn't really thinking using my creative abilities as a form of making money. I was just doing it because it was part of my energy, part of my soul, part of my passion, right? And then I went to college and I studied psychology and fine art.
So you went to college over the East Coast?
I did all my schooling on the East Coast. So I went to college in Rhode Island, and then I got really turned on by psychology and art, and then I married the two subjects into what's known as art therapy, and I went to graduate school and I became an art therapist, and then I helped people who were having difficulty expressing themselves to express themselves through the arts. So I specialized in art, but I also was trained in movement and music therapy.
Wow.
And so,
wonderful.
Yeah, so people, either whether it was an autistic child or even an adult who was really depressed and just didn't know how to express themselves, we would use the creative arts to get out what was happening with them internally on paper. And then what happens on paper is actually what is going on in our unconscious mind. Wow. So as a therapist, I'm able to interpret what's happening on an unconscious level that you could be either missing or is blocking something from reaching your consciousness. And through getting this out in the open, we're able to then talk about it and express what's really going on an unconscious level that could be holding you back from moving forward in your life. And know why they're depressed or not know why they're having some, challenges in their life.
Wow, that's really incredible, because it brings me back to thinking when I first came to Santa Barbara and I started the Foreave Stars International. And you can look at the picture before you go, but that where it says Foreave USA Investments over there, I did that and just doodling, just
right.
And what I was doing, I can see it now, because that was like back in, as I say, between about 78 to about 84 or something like that. I created that. And you know what I was doing? I was doing the plan for the whole of the idea of the Foreave Stars International. And sometimes, when I look at that, I can see what my subconscious was putting down on this canvas. And it's now, as the time's gone on, there it is. And now I'm doing the TV show. And it's exactly everything that I had subconsciously put together in my head.
And everything you put...
It's amazing.
It is amazing, because everything you usually put down on paper, there's a reason for it. And usually, in most cases, when you put something down on paper, whether it's a goal or a name or a logo or whatever it might be, in most cases, it usually manifests into reality. So that's why, you hear in business schools or you hear in, college or whatever, that it's really good to have your goals, and that's great, but it's really important to write them down and keep them next to your bed, because you don't want to keep them so tight in your subconscious. You want to allow for the universe to understand what your goals are, because then the universe can work with you to make all of that happen, whatever it might be. And then next thing you know, you meet that person who's able to help you create that logo, or you meet that TV station that, you know, you can bring forth your vision. And it becomes so much more clear, and developing clarity helps you to project your vision into the future of your potential self.
Yes.
And so that is part of how I ended up moving from the East Coast to the West Coast. So I left the East Coast.
Wow.
I worked in psychiatry for many years, helping people. And I realized that that chapter of my life was over. It was now time to go on to the next happiness journey. So my next happiness journey, I'd always wanted to live in California. Who hasn't? And I came to California, and I only knew one person. I didn't know anybody. I just packed up everything, quit my job as a psychotherapist, walked away from my career, drove across country by myself practically, and just moved in with a friend from high school, and I was 27 at the time. And then I literally fell into the corporate world, which was so not Jackie. I mean,
Right.
it was so not me at all. So I ended up putting the artistic therapist on the back burner, because at that point in my life, I really wanted to learn about business. I knew that wherever my next vision was going to be, I needed the stepping stone of business, because I didn't go to college for business. I didn't go to graduate school for business. I went to those areas of my life at the time was to learn about the mind and the creative self,
Right.
and helping and serving people, which is what we're all meant to be doing
Definitely,
anyway.
I agree with that.
In any, you know, in whatever form it might be, whether
Yes.
through a book or through
Right.
TV or film or music or whatever it
Whatever.
might be. So
Being of service.
being of service.
So important.
Yes. So when I literally fell into the corporate world, and I excelled, which was,
Wow, that's
and that's what I mean when I said I'm a right brain
Right,
girl
yeah,
who
right.
fell into a left brain world, because I really was not, in my mind, thinking that my left brain had the ability to do this whole business, you know, concept. So I just kept excelling, and I kept getting promoted, and I kept, you know, doing really well in the business world.
This was in Santa Barbara or
This was
LA
in
or-
San Diego.
This was in San
Yeah,
Diego.
I was in San Diego for 17 years,
Wow.
and yeah, and it was fun. It was a great time. I learned more than I could ever learn. I worked with thought leaders in science who were writing, you know, the journals for treating HIV and cancer.
Wow,
and
really?
yeah, so I really got
Interesting.
to, you know, be next to these very genius-oriented people in the
Minds.
science world. Yeah, so that was exciting.
Yes.
And you know, I just kind of kept excelling, and then at one point, not too long ago, all of this changed for me. I had been traveling like a maniac, and you know, I know, and you know, not everybody believes they have a guardian angel, but I believe I have a guardian angel, and my guardian angel actually is Buddha. So I carried this tiny little Buddha statue with me all the time. And I was driving like a maniac on the freeways, here, there, and everywhere, and I was actually giving and doing a lot for other people, but I wasn't really doing a whole heck of a lot for
You
my...
weren't taking care of yourself.
Right, because I
which
was...
happens,
Right, because I was in the rat race.
of course.
I was in this rat race of commuting and helping and doing and not really enjoying the moment.
Right.
So the universe kept throwing all these wacky things. My company car kept breaking down on me. So I'd be traveling, and then I'd have to get to the side of the road because the car would just literally conk out. Or it would conk out in the middle of traffic in LA.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm freaking out because I'm, you know, white knuckled thinking somebody's going to plow into me and I'm just going to be a pancake on the side of the road. And then my cell phone would stop working while I'm driving in Bakersfield and Fresno and all these places where nobody even knows where I am. And I was really internalizing a lot of this stress because I was making a good living. I was living in a beautiful place. I had a wonderful family and friends, and I had all the makings of what looked like a very happy life. But I was very busy trying to, satisfy and please people and reach these huge $6 million goals every quarter, and all these things that really was not my original purpose or calling. So on one fateful day, my car literally conked out on me while I was driving down a hill, and I had no control over the car. I just had no control. And that's when you start in your mind thinking, did I live enough? Did I laugh enough? Did I love enough? And did I accomplish the things in this world that I was meant to be doing? And thinking, this is not really how I want it to end.
Right.
So luckily, the car just kind of had a mind of its own. It just rolled down this hill through a green light, and it stopped.
Wow.
And it stopped in front of a furniture store that had 2 8-foot Buddhas looking down on my car. And I'm looking over these Buddhas, and I'm like, I got the message now.
Yeah.
It's time to,
slow down.
Time to slow down and time to redirect where I'm going. And so I literally had to walk away from, at probably the worst time, because this is when we are, we're going through this, these complex global changes. And this was just a year and a half ago that all of this happened, and probably the worst time to be walking away from a 6-figure career. But I had to, in order to save my own life, because one, my body basically also broke down while my car was breaking down, and I kept ignoring all this pain that I had in my body and in my back. So I ended up bedridden for about 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's when you're kind of lying in bed looking at the ceiling wondering, how did this happen? Go through your pity party, all those thoughts of what's going to happen to me, am I going to get better, am I going to get over this pain, doing the pain med thing, all of that. I went through the gamut of doctors trying to figure out, does she have fibromyalgia, does she have, nerve issue, you name it, they couldn't figure it out. So, I overcame that, because when there are breakdowns, there are breakthroughs.
Yes, there are. Definitely.
So I basically learned that my body was trying to tell me something, and that it was now time for me to follow my true calling, which was always to help other people.
Right.
But also I recognized that I had so much tool in my toolbox that I had been utilizing as a therapist with patients, that I decided I needed to put all these tools in a book, because it was those same tools that got me through my own obstacle with chronic pain and overcoming, walking away from a lifestyle that was a very comfort lifestyle to now step outside of my comfort zone. So then I birthed this book, Get Happy and Create a Kick Butt Life.
I know, it's a really amazing website. I really enjoyed your website, Jackie.
Oh, thank you. It's Get Happy
What is
Zone.
the name of your website? So tell the
So the name of the website is gethappyzone.com, and I named it that particularly, and as you know as an artist, is that when you are doing your art, or you're in that creative flow, or you're in that flow of what your mind and your body is just so sparked and turned on, you're in your zone. So that's why I created the Happy Zone, because I think everybody has their own happy zone, even if it's just a location that you can tap into, because we all have, and we're born with this seed of happiness.
Definitely.
So I learned while I was down and healing my body, I decided you always have choices. You can take the high road, or you can take the low road.
Yeah.
And I decided I need to take the happy road and start my next happiness journey, because we all are capable of growing this happy seed that we're born with. And that means you've got to water it, you've got to put sunshine on it, you've got to nurture it, and that's all just part of loving yourself and making the hard, tough decisions. So that's all included in my book, but part of the book entails a lot of the life enhancement techniques that are very quick techniques that you can use to overcome, you know, daily obstacles, whether it's you went through a divorce and you're not sure how to deal with your feelings, to understanding how you can create feeling worthy in your life of what it is that you want and desire, what your heart truly desires. So, so I include all those life enhancement techniques as part of the tools in the book, so that, because my belief is, and you and I talked about this, is that we are all a star. We're all a star.
Yes, we are all stars
in our life.
That. It's like with the happy thing too, you know, it's like people will go, oh, I'm so unhappy. And I go, well, stop saying that for one thing.
Right.
You know, it's like,
yeah, don't put any energy into it.
We have happy thoughts.
Right.
What does happy thoughts bring you? It's really hard to be miserable when you've got happy thoughts.
Right.
So happy thoughts brings happiness.
Right.
Miserable thoughts bring misery.
Yeah, and you also have to
So
remember,
it's like, you know.
you also have to remember, what is it that's going to bring me closer to my desires instead of my fears?
Yes.
Because most people focus on their fears, and that just turns into like this downward spiral.
Or a
right.
loop. You're stuck in a loop.
Yeah, and you start
Kind of
chasing your
jumping
tail.
out. Yes.
Yeah.
Or you have this feeling that you're not worthy.
Exactly.
And that's
And it's never going to happen for you.
Oh, or it's like, okay, I did as much as I want to do on that, so I guess that's it. I made it. No, your dream goes on as far as you want it to go on.
Absolutely.
You continue your dreams.
Absolutely.
You never stop.
No, don't
Never
ever.
stop. That's what this
don't
show's
ever give
about.
Up. Yeah, don't ever give up on your dreams.
Exactly, and that's why I wanted to create Foreave Stars International, or Janet did. You know, create all the characters and bring all the rest of the world into it that wants to be a part of it. Of course, it's a cooperative. You become, if you're an entrepreneur, we all rub shoulders.
Yes.
And we all make each other happy.
Yes.
And we all love each other's dreams. Because why not?
Why exactly.
Not? Because why not? I don't understand. It's like, why can't you love somebody else's dreams?
Right.
Why can't we all just support each other's dreams? I've always wondered about that, when people think that they can't. They've got to do this thing in their own. It doesn't work that way. That's why the world is in such a mess. Yeah. It's run by these corporations of about 5 families, you know, that's really messing up the whole world. If we all just realize that to be happy is to be with happy people, and to be with happy people, we encourage each other, inspire each other, which is what your book, your website. I went in there and I got stuck in there for a while. It was really nice. If you really are feeling bummed out, really, you know, go into Jackie's website and just really encourage yourself. And that's what I think your website is about, and I'm sure your book is too.
Yeah, it is an inspirational. People. Yeah, it is. It's about empowering yourself, and not ever giving up on your dream, and not putting your dream on the back burner, because some people get so caught up in the sparkliness and distractions of life that they end up not really following their dream.
They're following somebody else's. Maybe they got married and then they got their kids and all that. But I always constantly tried to put it all together. Yes. I'm so happy that you came to see us, and I hope you'll come back.
Thank you for having me.
After the book is out and you've got more things to tell us, I hope you'll come back, Jackie.
I would love to.
It's been wonderful, and everybody get her book and be happy. So Lucy Looker reporting from Foreave Stars International, saying bye-bye for now, and we'll see you next month, and stay on TVSB. Bye-bye, Jackie. Thank you so much, hon.
Welcome to my favorite show, Guitar Junkie Lounge, from the Dream Machine USA, Foreave Stars International in Goleta, California, at the Mini Woodstock Festival. Woo!
What do you want to do now, baby? Tell me your goals, tell me your dreams, choo-choo time. Tell me your goals, tell me your dreams at choo-choo time. It's choo-choo time and she loves you. Yeah, 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 it's choo-choo time and she loves you. Yeah. Tell me your goals, tell me your dreams, you're the young stars of Foreave. Choo-choo time, choo-choo time.